it's nice because the male is a lot easier. So let's go with 7-Up. S is in the testes, where we find the seminiferous tubules. And then it'll go to the epididymis, which goes all the way around the testes. And then it goes to the vas deferens. The vas deferens is this long string-like structure. And then you can find your way, once the vas deferens widens, it becomes the ampulla. Then the ampulla goes into the seminal vesicles. It looks like a fatty-like structure on this. And then, what's next for 7-Up after seminal vesicle? This is the ejaculatory duct. So the ejaculatory duct is just this stem coming off of the urethra in the prostatic urethra region. Okay, and then of course we have the urethra, specifically in this area, spongy urethra, and then the penis. Okay, and then different regions of the urethra. From here to here is the prostatic urethra, and then from here to here is the membranous urethra. Remember, the membranous urethra will be in the center of the internal urethral sphincter. And then from the end of that all the way out to the external urethral orifice, we have the spongy urethra. Alright? Then we have different chambers. If this is anterior and this is posterior of the penis, we have this chamber here. What is this chamber? Corpus cavernosum, or since there's two, corpora cavernosum. And then here, surrounding the spongy urethra, we have what specific chamber? Corpus spongiosum. Good. Alright, so from this side we can also see the testes here. What surrounds the testes? The tunica albuginea directly surrounds the testes. So from here, right here, this pink layer, tunica albuginea. Now more superficial, that surrounds the entire structure, including the epididymis, the scrotum. So this is the scrotum here. Right there. Okay. What else do we have? Let's see. I don't know, I think that was it. Oh, we have, so what was this again? Prostate. Prostate, good. Then we have this. The head of the penis is known as the glans penis. Okay. And what else is there? Yeah, that's it for males. Okay. So then for females, now we have a lot more. Alright, from the outside, this is the uterus here. And then down below it, below this ridge, we have the cervix. And you can see it a lot better when we open it, but we'll open it in just a little bit. Okay, so surrounding the uterus, we have the ovaries. Here's one ovary, and here's another ovary, attached to the uterus by the ovarian ligament. So right there. This yellow structure is the ovary, ovarian ligament, attaches it to the uterus. And then right next to the ovary and the ovarian ligament, we have the fallopian tube, or uterine tube. And at its terminal ends, we have the finger-like structures, the fimbriae. So remember, when ovulation occurs, the ova is released from the ovary, and it floats into the body cavity. It gets swooped up by the fimbriae, and fertilization would occur somewhere around here. And then if fertilization does occur, it'll make its way down the uterine tube or fallopian tube and implant into the endometrial layer of the uterus. So we'll look at those later. But now, again, to stabilize the uterus to the body wall, we have this broad ligament here. It's broad because it's broad, and it stabilizes the uterus laterally. So broad ligament here, and remember it's symmetrical, so the broad ligament is also on this side, but it's truncated. Okay, so broad ligament here, broad ligament here. Alright, and then to stabilize the uterus anteriorly, we have this ligament here. What ligament is that? The round ligament. Good. Okay, so that's the round ligament. Now, let's look further. We can just go with this. So it looks the same. Alright, so this is the uterus again, like we said before. And from here to here is what? Good. Cervix. And then this ridge-like area here is what?
Cervical canal.
Cervical canal, good. And then we have the fornix. That looks like a crab hand. It's right here. This is the fornix. Here's one, and here's another. This is the anterior fornix. This is the posterior fornix. And then, as we work our way out, we have the vagina. We have the labia minus, or labia minus, labia majus, or labia major, labia minor. Alright, and then this structure that we can't see here, thin tissue-like, is the hymen. Okay. Now, this entire external area is known as the vulva. Where that blue dot is the clitoris. And then this fatty-like structure most anteriorly is the mons pubis.
It was on our lab last night.
What?
It was on our lab.
Oh, it was a question?
I thought you said something.
So,
I heard last night.
Probably should have mentioned this.
so this organ was what again?
Bladder.
The bladder, good. So remember, we said that if the ova is released or ovulated, it's going to be picked up by the fimbriae, work its way down the fallopian tube, and if fertilization does occur, then it'll implant into this layer of the uterus. What layer is this?
Endometrium.
Endometrium, and more specifically,
Functional layer.
functional layer of the endometrium. So this is where the zygote would be implanted. Okay. Now, what layer is this specifically?
Myometrium.
Not yet.
Endometrium.
Basal
Basal.
layer of the endometrium.
So it's a deep red.
Basal layer.
And then this layer here,
Myometrium.
myometrium. Good.
Are those blood vessels?
Yeah, those are vessels. And then this surrounding layer,
Parametrium.
perimetrium. Good.
That makes sense.
All right. So if the baby is here and it's developing, it pushes against the bladder. That's why a lot of pregnant women have to go pee a lot. Okay.
Where's the cervix again?
Okay, so cervix is here, and the cervical canal is right in the center. Ovarian ligament, I can show you on here also. Ovarian ligament attaches the ovary to the uterus, so the ovarian ligament would be right there. And on this side, you can also see it. Here's the ovary. So then the ovarian ligament, you can see it on this side. Ovarian ligament
It's just right there.
with the ovary attaches to the uterus. It's right there. Don't confuse it with
The uterine tube.
the uterine tube. Yeah.
It's bigger.
Okay. I think that's it.